Hey everyone, Gothic Mystic here. Just want to remind everyone that my book is out. Do not forget to grab this on Amazon.com. It's called Legalism, the Manifestations of the Religious Spirit. Great read. I'm getting a lot of good reviews, so again, don't forget to check it out on Amazon.com. Hey everyone, I wanted to talk on something today. So, we know that in the Garden of Eden, there was the tree of life and the tree of good and evil. And many times we understand the tree of good and evil is basically like death, and versus the tree of life is life, clearly. But if we look at this in practical terms and how we live our days, most people, most Christians actually live out of the tree of good and evil, because all we know and all we live by is by condemnation and judgment. And that is actually the tree of good and evil, because we see the evil and we judge it. Many times that's actually how most of the church actually lives by. Whenever we see someone who is living or has something on their skin, their clothing, whatever, many times the religious and the legalistic people are looking at this and they judge rather than looking at the person or learning to or looking at how the person lives, seeing the fruits of God in them, and then judging by that. Because in Psalms and several others, it's and Jesus even said it too, that God only looks at the heart and not the outward condition, the outward look of people. But thus we look at just the the outward appearance. So it's kind of sad how there are Christians out there that claim to be following God, following Christ, but thus all they do is live by the tree of good and evil and not by the tree of life. See, there's a difference between the two with looking at someone who let's say is sinful, or who's coming off the streets, and they just automatically judge the person rather than living out through the tree of life. And this is how you live out through the tree of life to someone who is in need, shall we say, is we look at them and we show them love. We help them, we talk to them, we use our giftings and the discernment that the Father gives us, and we look at them and we see the light in them, and then we start speaking life to them. And like if they do something like clearly right in front of us that's bad, we it's not like we overlook it, but we either see their intention, or we kind of tell them, like, you're better than this, you can do better than this. And so we literally just kind of, whether literally or figuratively, take them by the hand and start walking with them, rather than how many legalistic Christians are. We see them and then automatic judgment, and like, you're not supposed to do this, that's sinful, that's death, and just condemnation, and just slaps in the face, and they just know, and they don't feel the love, they just feel the condemnation, the judgment. So we have to learn to be able to look past that, because Jesus did exactly that. The people who sin in front of him, or even like to the woman, he never cast any judgment or condemnation. He just says, go and sin no more, because he saw the light in her and wanted to bring her life. So I challenge everyone, whenever you're out and about, whether you're in the fellowship of the church, at church, or just out and about, and you see someone who is making bad decisions, rather than casting judgment on them, even if by looking, try giving them a compliment. Speak life to them. Say, whether it's like your barrenness, or show them something better without even mentioning the bad that they did. Try to guide them according to the light rather than according to the darkness. I hope everyone has a good one.
Thank you for taking the time and watching this video. I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel to help boost the ratings, and prayerfully consider supporting this channel. I personally believe that God is rising up the smaller ministries to do a big job in His kingdom, and this is not possible without support from His children, us. If you would, go to my Patreon, www.patreon.com/thegothicmystic. There you'll find a variety of tiers and my website. Again, thank you for your time.